Hello, this is Kai Love, and this is another edition of Little Star Stories. Thank you for those of you who are following me on this storytelling journey, those of you who are responding to the episodes and sharing them among your network. I really do appreciate it. Today's story is focused on a singular day, January 16th. 73 years ago, on January 16th, my mother was born in Ida Bena, Mississippi. She would soon find her way to Chicago like many children from the South whose parents were in search of economic security and freedom. My mother was super smart and was admitted to the all-girls high school, Lucy Flowers, but dropped out in order to work and help her mother. My grandmother, Clara, had 9 children, 7 boys, 2 girls. I can't even imagine how she made it with all those children and very little help from the fathers of those children, unfortunately. My mother was 3rd oldest out of the 9, and she recently shared with me that while in high school, she won an essay contest where she wrote about democracy. And she had won a savings bond as a result of winning that essay contest. And she was featured in the newspaper, but she doesn't remember if it was the Chicago Tribune or if it was the Chicago Sun-Times. But I am determined to find that news article and hopefully that essay. It's pretty clear where I get my love from writing from. Definitely from my mother, Betty. Also on January 16th, this time just in the year 1959, Helen Folosade Adu was born in Ibadan, Nigeria. Now, Sade is how we refer to her these days. Partly grew up in Essex, England, despite the fact that she was born in Nigeria. She grew up. She was a part-time model, a part-time fashion designer, and joined a band named Pride in the late 70s. She started to gain attention for her very smooth vocals and formed her own band, Sade, in 1982. The next year, she was signed to Epic Records, and in 1984, she released her debut album, Diamond Life. Now, my father was a big jazz fan, and here in Chicago, he listened to the station WNUA 95.5, smooth jazz. And they played Sade regularly, and I fell in love with her music from listening to the radio station. I couldn't wait for the car ride to school and the car ride from school, and would pray that before I got out of the car, that the morning DJ on WNUA or the afternoon drive DJ on WNUA would play a Sade tune so I could belt out, much to my brother's dismay, my 10-year-old version of Smooth Operator, Smooth Operator, and Your Love is King. Crown me with your heart. Loved me some Sade. Also from that Diamond Life album was Hang On To Your Love. In heaven's name, why do you play these games? Hang on to your love. Oh, I love that song. I just love me some Sade. And I count her as one of my greatest artistic influences outside of the more contemporary Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, and most recently Ari Lennox. I really see Sade as my artistic muse. On another episode of Little Star Stories, I guess I will share with you a story about how I saw Sade She was in concert with John Legend, and I flew to Miami to see her because I wanted that concert experience to be something special and memorable. So I didn't want to see her here in Chicago. I wanted it to be something that was smooth and sexy and warm and full of sights and sounds, and I just loved that concert. I definitely will come back for another episode and talk about that sometime in the future. And lastly, on a more somber note, also on January 16th, this time 1979, Aaliyah Dana Holton was born. Better known as the Princess of R&B or Baby Girl, Aaliyah was born on January 16th, 1979. My daddy called me Baby Girl too, so I always loved that. That was one of her nicknames. She was born in New York, but raised in Detroit. That gave her both like ruggedness and softness, that masculine and feminine energy balance. And I was so attracted to that juxtaposition. And although I was like 5 years older than her, I believe, I really adopted her style. Saggy jeans, sexy tops, combat boots, long flowy hair with a part down the middle. I felt really sad for her though, in reference to the marriage situation and the enormous situation. And I wondered often, being a young lady myself, why no one protected her. She had dreams. And why couldn't someone protect Aaliyah as she reached for the stars, as she lived out her dream of being a recording artist? I don't know. I was really happy though when she landed over there at Timbaland's camp, and I was praying that no one was abusing her or using her. We all know that pretty and talented girls get eaten alive in the music industry, in the acting industry, the theater industry, all of the industries. And it was probably part of the reason why my own mother fought so hard against me desiring to be a performance artist. It was one of my dreams too, but she really persuaded me not to seek that out as a main attraction. So when Aaliyah was in Timbaland's camp with the likes of Missy, Elliott, and Genuine, I did feel that she was safer there. It made me comfortable, made me want to enjoy her music even more. I love the sound and the tone of her voice, her style, her dancing in the music videos. It was just amazing. But on August the 25th, 2001, I was getting ready for work and saw on the news that there had been a plane crash. I had a nervous stomach and couldn't believe what I was hearing. Aaliyah was only 22 years old when she passed away. So young and gone way too soon. Rest on, baby girl. Rock the boat, work it in the middle, work the middle, work the middle, change position, new position, stroke it for me, stroke it for me, stroke it for me. Ooh, baby, I love you, stroke, cause you get me where I'm going.